Johnny Fisher wins this fight. Come on, I
Yeah.
think he'll probably stop Dave Allen quite early as well.
Do you think inactivity is ring rust? Is ring rust a
Ring
thing?
rust. I don't think Dave Allen's ever been that guy. Dave Allen's never been a really good fighter. Dave Allen's he's known because he's a personality online and he says things that makes everyone laugh and people like him. They like him as a person, but he's never really been that guy. He's never really been that vicious fighter, good fighter. He's never really been that. He's gonna come out there, he's gonna give it a go, and he's gonna get, he's gonna get paid well. But Johnny Fisher's there to win. And I feel like with Fisher, he knows this is my time. I'm here to win. Everyone knows how the script's gonna go. We all know. That's not even a question. We all know how it's gonna go. Like watching EastEnders, you know what's gonna happen next. Johnny Fisher's gonna win and fight
Run him
someone.
down.
Yeah.
What's your predictions on Johnny Fisher coming up in the heavyweight division? Do you think he could be? Has he got the attributes to become a world champion?
Thinking about Johnny Fisher, yeah, he's so humble with it, and when you speak to him, he speaks like, "Listen, I'm just happy to be here, and this person's my idol, and I like to fight directors, so I look up to these people." When he fights them, he will fucking go for the head. Johnny Fisher's a dangerous fighter, and he masks it, he hides it behind the humble approach. He hides it amongst the heart. You think, "Oh yeah, he's just happy to be here." Listen, he will take your head clean off your shoulders, mate. That guy's a dangerous fighter. And he wasn't good at the start. He was just meant to be a guy that can sell some tickets and we'll see how he gets on with the boxing. But he's fucking worked hard, man. And he defied the odds, even to get where he's got now. He's a lot better than what anyone thought he'd get to because there was no one that saw him as that guy. Everyone said, yeah, some of the guys that can sell good tickets, but he's done good for himself. He's worked hard.
Quite humble as well. Like, I'm from, Romford, Gideon Park sort of areas, and he'll come down to, the shopping centre and come and say hi to the fans as well.
You see Johnny Fisher, he's different, man. He's different. He's such a humble guy. It don't matter where he gets or what he makes in life. Because he don't forget where he came from, and a lot of times people do. This guy was a fisherman, right? He used to sell fish in a store up in Billion Market, from what I know. Him and his dad used to go there and sell fish. He was a poor man. He was a poor man, and now he's achieved the world. But he don't forget where he came from. He don't forget. Whereas, in this game, many fighters they do. They forget where they came from. And every time I see Johnny Fisher, he doesn't know he's the person that he is. I don't know. I think in his mind he doesn't think he's the person that he is. Like he never looks excited. Have you ever seen him laughing? I've never seen him laughing. I've never seen him looking excited.
Only when he's been on here, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, like every time I see him, he's just like the humble, like yeah. Like is that he's the same person that he was back then?
And
that's
good.
And that's good to see. I'm very happy for him and his dad, and they've done so good for themselves.
He's really good. He was more nicer to even my boys. He was like, "Comrade, do you want anything signed?" Do you know what I mean? And he was just like, he was a really cool guy. And finally, I want to ask you about one of my favorite boxers. He was part of, the company that you work for, Queensbury, Tyson Fury. Did you meet him?
Yeah, I've met Tyson a few times, but I don't know him personally. He's someone that I see and I say hi, how you doing? But he's not someone that I know personally.
Okay.
He's from up north. He's from Manchester somewhere.
Okay.
I'm from London, so he's not. The only heavyweight I know quite well, I say, is Andy Joshua.
Okay.
But apart from that, I don't really know any of the heavyweights too well.
What did you think of Tyson Fury versus Usyk?
That was a good fight. Usyk just had a bit too much. I think the second time round, I think Tyson's going to go for it. I think he's going to go for it. I think he saw something in the first fight, and he knows that he can win. Even though he didn't win, he could have won. And I don't know what it is, but he knows what it is. Because his confidence for this fight is different. And I think in this next fight, I think Tyson's going to show us something different. I think Tyson might even stop him. I think Tyson wins this next fight and might stoppage, most likely, because he's seen something. The first fight, Usyk, he got him, he shocked him, just a bit too slippery. But I think for this next fight, I think Tyson's gonna get him, pin him down, and give it to him.
He needs to.
I think he will.
I love Fury because he's been like one of the realest boxers as well. He just says it how it is.
Tyson's been through the ups and downs, and he's a lad. He ain't got no image to maintain. He'll drink and he'll be depressed, and he'll come out and say, I was depressed, I felt like shit. Whereas most fighters, they're too image They're too image conscious.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Whereas just be free. Tyson don't give a fuck, and that's why I like him. I respect him so much because I like him. I look up to people like that.
And finally, the very last question I want
Mm-hmm.
to ask you, there's a fight that everybody wants to see, AJ versus Tyson
Mm-hmm.
Fury. Everybody's asking for that. Some people say this is like way past its time now, but that fight sort of got to happen. And even Tyson recently said that fight's got to happen. How do you see that one playing out?
It's past this time now. It's past this time. I don't think people want to see the fight now as much as they did want to see it before.
Say it happens next year. Who wins?
I don't know.
Both giants.
They're both giants, and they both done so much for our game. It's sad to know that there's going to be a loser if they fight. I don't want to see the fight. I don't want them to fight because there has to be a loser, and I don't want to see AJ lose, or I don't want to see Tyson Fury lose. I don't want to. I don't want to say They both. They both done so much for boxing, and it's like AJ's last fight when he fought. When he, in his last fight, I walked out after he went down in the first round. I walked out, and then I came back in. People, I see him come. I'm like, yes, he's coming back. Even though I know Daniel Dubois too, I know AJ differently. AJ's helped me personally. I've had certain fights where I've got paid more than I was meant to get paid because of AJ when I fought on his undercards, and whenever I've had some issues, I need some advice, he will sit down on the phone with me for hours, and he'll give me advice, even though he's AJ and he might be in camp and he's got a big fight soon. He don't give a fuck. If I need some help, he will sit down on the phone to me for hours. He will help out if I need help, and he won't boast about it. He don't brag. He is a person that genuinely likes to help others. And AJ's got the best heart of a person that I know, because there's no one on his level that is as humble as him. And every time he fights and gets beat, I hate it. I hate it because a person like that, I want to see them win. I want to see them win. It hurts me more to see AJ lose than for me to lose. When I lose, I don't give a fuck. When he loses, I feel it. I feel it because it hurts him it hurts him to lose. It hurts him, and I can see it in him because AJ is a person. He wants to be the best. He wants to progress, even though he's achieved a lot. He wants to achieve more, and he wants to get to the top and get to the top. And if it doesn't happen, it hurts him so much. Whereas I don't give a fuck. So it's different.
I think it's past his time now.
Maybe. Listen, we got so many young up and coming fighters coming up now. A lot of us old guys, it's time for us to go now. I look at Adam Azim. The first time I met Adam Azim, he was a kid. He was about 9 years old.
Wow.
He was him and his brother, one of the guys that would come and sit in the gym and come and watch me out in the yard in the gym doing pads training like fans. Like he looks like these little young kids, and then I'm fighting against him, and he won. And he's got the beard now and the deep voice, and he's mad. I'm like, mate, it's time for these young guys to come up. And that could be the case for it with AJ, but he's not done anytime soon. For one thing I know about him, he ain't gonna stop when everyone else takes his time. He's gonna stop when he's ready to stop. When he's ready. So, we'll see.
Ohara, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Not just for these fight predictions, but for sharing your story, the resilience, the inspiration of, turning your life around, getting to the top. And I can't wait to see, what you do in the future. And hopefully we'll have you on again in the future.
I'll be
and,
on again soon.
And see what you're up to.
Next time I'll be on here, I'll know what I'm doing in life. Right now, I don't know what I'm doing in life. So next
You're
time
doing
I'm here,
good, bro.
Next time I'm here, I'll have some direction. This is what I am. Right now, I don't know what I am. Am I an athlete? Am I a property person? What am I? I go out and people say, "Oh, so what do you do for work? What do you do for a living?" I'm like, I don't know. Next time I'm on here, I will know what I'm doing for a living.
Bro, that's a beautiful position to be in because you've done so well. If you want to say a final message for the viewers at home and let them know how they follow you.
Thank you for watching and for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. You can follow me on my Twitter at Ohara Davies, on my Instagram at Ohara Davies, and shout out to Sean Lamb Podcast, best in the business.
And that's it for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that episode. It was a really inspirational one. And if you're going through something tough in your life, you know how to turn that around. Just follow the right people, listen to their story, and you can also make that change. So until the next one, peace.